So I grew up like a cult member, and I've had this realization before, but every once in a while I realize it. So basically, all my life, my family has pretty much been consistent on one thing, which is you don't trust anybody. As weird as that sounds, I've been told my entire life, there are no friends. Friends will always let you down. That's kind of it. It just is what it is. And I don't like to talk about it because it's kind of fucking weird and embarrassing. And it also doesn't make sense in the sense of, it's not like these are religious people necessarily. I mean, like some of them are, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of into religion or whatever. Supposedly they're not criminals. If they are, then I don't fucking know anything about it and can't even fucking put together. And I lived with them. They're my family. So I don't know what the deal is, but they are. One thing that has been consistent my entire fucking life is literally since I was a child to now is, you know, don't fucking trust anybody. Nobody's trustworthy. And that's is the weird thing that I'm dealing with because I don't think anybody would pick that up or even understand that, in talking to them. If you try to talk to them or you look at them, you know, I guess it becomes, because it's this thing. It's like, how are you going to really fucking know that? Like literally every single one of my members of my family, every single one. And I'm talking oddly on both sides, except for like maybe one or two people in Puerto Rico and like maybe one or two little stragglers here and there. But for the most part, all of them have no friends. And I'm talking about no friends. Like my mother, she has these people that I know that she's known for quite a while. It's like two or three. And that's kind of it. My stepfather, I can't think of any. Except, well, I can think of like one or two, but again, it's like one or two. And it's not like super fucking close relationships. My grandparents, same fucking thing. My grandmother's one person I can think of in Puerto Rico. Everybody else is family. My grandfather, he had a group of friends, but he's always been like, yo, like, you know, they had their issues. And so he's always been like, yo, this is what can fucking happen. You know, that, you know, keep your friends a little bit at an arm's distance. Cause, you know, even when you think they're best friends, they're not. And unfortunately, it's one of those fucking things that I basically always just felt like they were lying about. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, it can't be. You know what I mean? Like the whole world, everybody has these friends, everybody has these relationships outside of family. And it's not that I don't like my family, but that, you know, I have always kind of resented them at least a little bit with that shit of like this belief that, you can't really have friends. But then it's like, yo, seriously, every single one of my friends has fucking betrayed me. Every single fucking one. So it's like, yo, realistically, they haven't been fucking wrong on it. But to me, like, also the thing about it is, you know, that's also what I'm fucking dealing with. Like, I'm dealing with this fucking weird situation where apparently, you know, again, this is all I can fucking tell because nobody's fucking saying anything. Apparently, my family's made it seem as if they've tried all this shit. They tried talking to me. I mean, like, this is the things that they've even said, that they've tried reaching out with me. And then, like, it's me. I'm the one who's causing all these issues. And it's like, I find it difficult to believe that anybody could even believe that. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, it's like, well, let me, you know, if I put myself out of those shoes and I think about it, if somebody's talking about somebody else, I think it's, you know, it's difficult because of the life that I've lived, but, I guess I could kind of see where you would think, oh no, they're family. You know what I mean? Like, so family, it's gotta be like a right or some shit. You know what I mean? I guess, especially if it doesn't seem all cultish. But at the same time, it's like, yo, that is what I'm fucking dealing with. Like, you know, like I can't forget that. Every once in a while, like I really realize it in the sense of like, one of the things that bothered me with the relationship with my mother, the mother of my child, was that so much. Because I did, you know, I knew I was gonna have a child with her at some point in time, and then, I kind of thought I was gonna marry her, and I at least was of the mindset of marriages for life. So, you know, basically, you know, I had thought of these things, and like, one of the things that bothered me the most, one of the biggest things was her not having a good friend. And then also me too, because I didn't have one, you know, at the time too, because I felt like I couldn't. So, we were basically in this situation that was very much like what I was already living with my family, even though I hadn't like really thought it all the way through, because all that shit didn't happen. But I was already kind of I already knew what it was like to live in a situation of like what I'm living right now with my family, of like, they're all fucking bugging out. I don't know what the fuck is happening. It's a very serious situation. This is fucking really a big deal. And there's nobody to call because there's no friends. Like, there's nobody, like, even my aunt has one friend named Lourdes. I don't know how to get a hold of her as it is. Even if I did, realistically, again, it's only one person. So it's like, there's no, like, how it used to be with me, where, like, if there was an issue with me, there were multiple people that you could talk to. Like, a whole bunch of different people from different walks of life and all kinds of different shit, where, yeah, it may be true, you know, and this is also, you know, my thing, where it may be true, like, no one of them would be able to accurately be able to tell you anything realistically, more than likely, at least more than likely. But you would still be able to talk to multiple of them. So it would still be more like, yo, all right. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I'm fucking weirdly, oddly dealing with, where it's like, well, all right. So like, if all my friends fucking betrayed me and they all got together somehow or whatever, well then it's easy, you know, for them. Cause it's like, you know, they even though nobody who is my friend should be consistent with anybody else and what they say, basically, period, about anything in life, pretty much. Because again, that's one of the main reasons I also kept people apart, is because I have very extreme, different kind of views on different things, and I can tolerate people that other people can't. And so I know for a fact that a lot of people I know just don't agree with each other, like solely, like by their core, like in core values. They're such different people that it would be difficult for them to be able to agree on anything. So if they're all being consistent, that in itself is fucking weird, but that's not weird for most people in life, because for most people in life, they try to have friends where they're all fucking consistent. And then for my family, it would be more normal for them to be consistent, except they're not being consistent, except that's, for a lot of people, they believe that family is like that family's not consistent. You know what I mean? Like all your family members are totally different. And that hasn't really been the case in my family. Like for the most part, we agree with a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit because of the fact of, like I said, there's not a lot of outside opinions as it is anyway. So we're all kind of somewhat clones of each other, because there's no friends. There's not like how I see you in everybody else's life. You know what I mean? It's not like friends passing by the house and, like, you know what I mean, talking shit or whatever. Like, there is none of that. There is none of that. It's all been family members in my life. It's all like one closed loop, with the push of a belief that you shouldn't necessarily have friends, or at the very least not trust them. And so, I don't know. It's just fucking, you know, again, this is just what I'm fucking dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I'm dealing, cause like, you know, back to reality, I'm dealing with a situation where my mother finally fucking talked to a therapist in Florida. This therapist has been calling me and not doing shit. And it's like, I can't figure this shit out. Like, he's talked to me on the phone now for fucking way too long. He keeps calling, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, dude. Like, this is just weird. And I don't know I just don't understand where this block is for people, where they're not understanding, like, no matter what, you're doing the fucking wrong thing if you're focused on me. Period. Like, the focus shouldn't be on me. Like, all of this has been brought upon me, and for no other reason, the way my life has been structured, and everybody has made it around me. Like, literally, everybody has always made it around me, so that if some shit like this ever fucking happened, it would be everybody else's fault, not mine. You know what I mean? Like, mine is, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the whole fucking thing, I guess. It's like, you know, the good and bad about it, where it's like, how I know there's something fucking wrong is people haven't really left me alone. People have made it seem like they're leaving me alone. They've made it seem that way, but nobody has actually left me alone. And everybody knows what's very odd about that. Everybody fucking really knows that, really, if it was gonna hurt me, it would hurt me for everybody to actually leave me alone. So that's also the whole fucking thing, where it's like, they couldn't be that fucking confused unless they really are that fucking confused, which means it just is what it is. That, you know, it could be because all these people, you know, I've never really had friends who grew up like me, because they're fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I've never met anyone, but very realistically, it's kind of weird, when you grow up in that closed of a loop. You know what I mean? Like, I know one or two people, and the one or two people that I'm thinking of, they're fucking weirdos as it is. Straight up, because it is. I've always admitted the fact that it's a fucking weird thing. I've always tried to fight it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm fucking really realizing. And it's one of these weird things where it's like, you know, who am I talking to? You know, for the most part, everybody's listening to this, they've had this life more than likely, where they have had friends they can rely on, and none of this shit has happened to them in their life. You know what I mean? But I'm coming from a fucking situation where not only has that now happened in my life, but previously to that, my entire family was like, yo, that shit may happen in your life, and that's why you probably shouldn't have friends. You know what I mean? Like, you know how fucking weird it is to be like, yo, I met this person, well, it doesn't, you know, romantic, friendship, whatever. Like, literally, since I was a kid, of like, yo, this person, this seems cool, like, I think we're friends. And immediately, every single one of my family's members' reaction to that is like, well, you know, don't get too attached, because friends aren't fucking real. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And it's like, and like I'm saying, it's not as if they haven't ever had any, but at the same time, when I think of it, all of them are distant enough, just kind of the same way I've done in my life, where I wouldn't even necessarily be aware if they were ever betrayed by them. And I do know of actually one or two people who's like that. So it's also like, it's such a fucking thing. Just my fucking life, because the confusion, the amount of fucking confusion is crazy. It's just crazy. And like, when I think about it, like, it's almost, like I was groomed for it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, the way I live too has facilitated this shit. You know what I mean? Like, always keeping my friends at a long distance, kind of doing little things here and there, having such a wide range of friends. All that shit actually made it easier for something like this to fucking happen, where I know for a fact everybody's walking around confused, and I don't know how to fix it, because pretty much everybody was confused in the first place. You know what I mean? And some of it was done on purpose, and some of it's, just happens naturally. Some of it, was done by me, some of it has been done by my family, some of it has been done by my friends. So it's all like this whole fucking like tornado of just crazy fucking shit, where I could actually be in a situation where literally I now have a fucking therapist who is a licensed therapist. I've called the police, I've tried everything, and I can't even get an answer as to why this person is talking to me. You know what I mean? You know how weird that is? To not have anybody be like, be able to provide an answer as to why a person is seeking to talk to you. That just, anyway, so, yeah, I just fucking, I don't know. I realized that because I realized I asked someone to lie to me, and they have been lying to me, and it's one of those weird fucking things where I was like, yo, this guy's been lying to me, and I'm actually, like, it's glad because he has been lying to me, and it's like, I don't even, like, just to even explain that situation is a whole fucking other thing. But it's like, it's just, I just had that realization too of, having asked someone to do something that would involve lying to me, and realizing today that they have been lying to me. And the way it works is because I've been trusting them this entire time not to lie to me. So it's, how crazy that is? Like, straight up, like, I'm basically happy that this person lied to me because it's been working, because I've trusted them not to lie to me. And so I'm actually happy that they lied to me, but only because of that. You know what I mean? And I don't, I don't even know what to say about it, because also it's like one of those things that takes years, a lot of times, to develop that kind of relationship where that could happen. And I've had many of those. And so then that's why it's also weird to feel like betrayed. And also, I guess, it's also, there's one thing that without, not forgetting that, is that it could be that he hasn't been lying to me. It could just be that I happened to do something today that, basically I wanted to see if he had been lying to me, but I guess I wanted to see if he would lie to me. And since I did that to kind of check if he would lie to me, I realized that he could have been lying to me this entire time. And it's likely that he has lied to me at least once. But either way, it's what I asked him to do. So, whatever. But it's, like I said, that's also complicated, and like, it's such a complicated fucking thing of how that works. Cause otherwise it would anger me, as odd as it is, which is also what I'm saying. Like, pretty much everybody, I've had my friends, especially, the mother of my child, people I've dated, all of them know this. For the most part, I've been appreciative of them, because at that part, I will say, like, I feel sometimes like I'm autistic, or I don't know what the fuck it is. Although it seems like I'm not. I've taken tests, I've talked to doctors. Like, if it is, it's one of those weird things again that, like, apparently nobody wants to fucking tell me. But I know I can be very, very odd about shit like that, where it's like, yo, here's a fact. Most of the time, it's not even worth trying to lie to me. It just is not. It would ruin our entire friendship. It takes a lot to gain that trust back. And for the most part, it's not that I'm not friends with anybody who's ever lied. Is that I'm friends with people that either, it just is what it is. Like, there's a certain amount of trust and understanding of how the lies go. And it's kind of just like, like what I just lived through, where it's like, I asked this person to lie to me. They've been lying to me. The only way I even know that is because I didn't, I for some reason today was like, let me see if they've been lying to me. And then realize, oh yeah, it is possible, but I still don't know one way or the other. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Both ways, it's been working out the way we both won't have wanted, it seems. Or at the very least, we both have had the opportunity to say otherwise. So, I don't know, seems fair. But it'd be different if he was just lying to me, or if I was lying to him. Totally different thing. And anyway, without getting too much into it, what I'm saying is, like, everybody I know that I've been able to have relationships with, knows that, and that knows that that's fucking weird and delicate, and I know it even is. And so for the things that have happened, that the way they've happened, just doesn't make sense. If for no other reason that there's easier ways. There's so many much more easier ways. So everybody has chosen the more difficult path, which is, just odd. Anyway, at least I got that fucking out for right now.